Hi, welcome back to this session of Paint This with Jerry Yarnell right here at the Yarnell School of Fine Art. This is going to be our final session on this beautiful horse painting called Beautiful Appaloosa. I know a lot of you are horse lovers out there. My wife and I, Miss Donna, certainly are. And it's fun to learn how to do these types of animals. Even if you're not an animal painter, let me tell you folks, all the techniques that we learn in all of these programs are going to be useful whatever subject you paint, whether they be birds, animals, still lifes, wildlife, animal, purple people, or whatever it is. You can use these techniques for a lot of them. For example, we're beginning to highlight this one, and this is the where we left off last week, putting in the highlights on the horse, some of the muscle details. I added a few little flowers here to get started so I wouldn't take a lot of time up on the program. I'm going to show you how to do the flowers. But learning how to put all the blending in here, like on these techniques, the same technique used for flesh on people, or blending a beautiful flower pot or a piece of porcelain or something like that. So all these techniques will have applications in other paintings. Now, what we want to do now is go back and put the final highlights on the horse and put all the spots on. And then we're going to put the grasses, the final flowers, and hopefully a few sun rays. And I think we can get all that accomplished today, at least get enough that you can finish it up on your own. So the first step is to go back to your number 2 bristle brush. Now, if you'll notice on the original painting, this is a 16 by 20 acrylic, see the highlights, it's a little brighter on the back side. Then we have the brown spots, it's grayer up in the front. And we've pretty much got the underpainting done. And all we're going to do now is add a few highlights to brighten up and shape it a little bit better, and then a few spots, and then we can start the details on the rest of the painting if you feel like getting into that. I've already got some highlights in there, but by taking your number 4 flat bristle, or number 2, I'm sorry, thin it down with a little water and a little white, just a tinge of orange, not much. This just keeps from being so chalky. Now you're going to go back and you start rolling again like this. See, that gives that nice, soft, warm highlight, and work it into the shadows. You don't want to lose this shadow. That's absolutely a critical shadow. And don't be afraid to even take your finger and do a little blending if necessary. Sometimes your finger is the best brush you've got and it's cheap. I think I need to come across there a little bit though. You don't want that shadow to come all the way up. Yeah, there we go. That's better. And then also notice there's the little separation between the left hip and the right hip. You see I've got it started. There's a little shadow right in the middle. So we put a little brighter highlight right on the very top of his hindquarters there. And you come down here. See, I'm doing that, and it leaves that little highlight and the separation between the backside. You can barely see it, but you got to have it. And you take this color and you kind of roll it on down into the main body of the horse. This just gives you a little more highlight back in here. And then you kind of scumble, leaving some little splotches. See, these Appaloosas have that little splotchy look, and it really looks good. We'll do some of that, of course, with the other colors, but I'm going to take this now and just kind of scumble some little light spots in and around the darker areas to kind of splotchy, make this a little splotchier. I don't know what other word to use, but that's what I'm calling it, splotchiness. Just kind of scumble. And it kind of breaks up the monotony of the solidness of the color, especially up in this area. I'm just barely skimming the surface. This is called scumbling. Now, many of you have heard me talk about that. It's an actual technique of adding little suggestive details in an unorganized fashion, but still to look like something like hair or whatever it might be, leaves on a tree, even we use this for leafing. I'm going to brighten this little shadow up, or this highlight on where his chest and stomach begin to build the barrel part of the body. And again, back to that little circular motion. That little highlight right there, it looks really good. And you can bring it on down around the back side of the leg too here a little bit. And this is where you kind of blend the dark and the light together. These are dark legs. There's not any detail on this leg.